So can we plant squash, melons, and okra all in the same bed together? We about to find out. So we had this idea. We were talking about wanting to plant some okra and some squashes and some melons. And my wife, the lovely camera lady, she had this idea. She thought, well, can we companion plant okra with some winter squashes and melons? And I said, well, I don't know. So she did what everybody does in the 21st century. She went to Google, asked Google, and turns out, hey, maybe they look like they could companion plant pretty well together. So we're going to come over here and we're going to talk about planting them together and the benefits you get from companion planting okra with winter squashes and some melons. And we're just going to see how it works out, okay? So we have a 6x6 raised bed here. We made it with cedar because of where it's at. We're in a kind of a runoff spot for our yard, so it takes a little moisture over here. But a lot of times we'll plant this first of all in some greens. So we had lettuce over here, and we had some kale and some radishes over here, and that's done for the year. It got bitter and started to bolt, and the radishes had grown. So we're going to succession plant, which is something we love to do, something you have to do if you want to grow in a small space. So now we're going to succession plant with some okra, some winter squashes, some melons, and we're just going to see how it works out. I think this is actually just a wonderful God idea that Angela had, and I'm excited about it. We've loosened the soil, we've amended the soil with some blood meal, bone meal, and kelp meal, and now we've already planted a lot of it. We've planted some Star of David okra. Going this way, we'll plant a few more. We planted some Jing orange okra going this way, and we've got some Kajari melons and some chrysanthemum melons around here. And what are these squashes? Help me out. I forgot.
Those are buttercup.
These are buttercup squashes. These are going to be cushaws right here. I'm going to plant one of the cushaws, and that's one of the melons over there. And this is going to be some red curry squash. Okay, we've never grown the red curry squash, but I thought it looked pretty cool, so we're going to try it. And actually, the buttercup and the cushaws are they're classic old school vegetables that we love to grow. We've talked about that before in other videos, and so we love growing those, and they're delicious. We do a lot of things with them. They're underused vegetables.
Cushaws make great pies.
Cushaws make great pies. You're correct. Cushaw pie. It's like a sweet potato pie, kind of, sorta, and but it's made with cushaws. So we're gonna plant those and talk about the stuff. Turns out that okra is a really good companion plant. It returns nitrogen to the soil. It'll help shade other soils or other vegetables. Yeah, help shade the soil. But so it helps. So it returns nitrogen, helps shade other vegetables in the soil. They attract pollinators because they have huge blossoms, and they actually have a chemical. They release a chemical that can help other plants grow. If you haven't pre-started your melon seeds, that can actually help the melons germinate. But we started everything from seed in our greenhouse just to give them a head start, since we are succession planting. And so we wind up planting a little bit later. So we did all that just to give them a head start. If you are planting starts, then when you're planting your cushaws and or squashes and melons, make sure you don't disturb the roots. Some things you can disturb the roots and be okay. These, not so much. You want to keep the roots intact the way they are when you're planting them, and doing it that way. So these are the red curry squash. They're a little bitty. I don't know how little bitty they are, but they're a winter squash. They're kind of reddish orange and Asian style. Got them from Baker Creek. Great roots. Good root system coming in there. And just one of those things. I tell you what, we farm by faith essentially here in our backyard, small space, and we really believe that if you're trying to operate inside God's system, that He's going to give you creativity where you need it. And I believe that's what we've got here. We obviously we've never seen it happen. We've never seen anybody do it. It looks like it's a good possibility that's going to work well. So we're going to find out. You can probably keep checking in on our videos throughout the summer, and we'll probably have updates on how everything's growing and what kind of harvest we're getting. But I believe it's going to work. we're gonna find out, at least. But you got to get creative. If you want to grow a lot of food in a small space, you got to get creative and get in there, try something. And you know what? If it doesn't work, then all shucks. I think you'll be okay. And but you got to try. Without trying, you don't ever dang know, do you? You never know if it's going to work if you don't try. You're going to have failures. You're going to have successes. You can't be scared of failing. You can't be scared of something not working right. You just got to get out and keep trying. And in this day and age, with all the craziness going on in the world, getting out here and trying is a heck of a lot better. So there's our little 6x6 raised bed for the day. Now I encourage you to get out here and plant something. Ignore the noise in this world. Get out here and plant something and get your hands dirty in God's creation. Once again, my name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. God bless you and goodbye.